Hey guys, just testing to see if you guys can hear me okay. Hey guys, just testing. Righty. Let's see. Okay. Hour one. What do we have here? Okay. So we have some nice equal lows right there. EQ lows. And what do you know? We've got a nice fair value gap. Okay, so this is H1 fair value gap. Okay, so I want to see what happens in this fair value gap today. Are we breaking through it? What are we doing? So this is the shift. So almost okay, the market's open yet. I just want to say maybe we see a sell-off into that. So this is where we're gonna keep an eye on, because if we are so 15-minute is, I mean, we need to break through this. This is the 1 hour fair value gap. If we close below this, then we could look for some shorts. But if we create a bounce here, then I guess we could look for this liquidity up here. I mean, I'm just looking at this. This is liquidity here. EQ highest right there. And a fair value gap. This is also good. Equal heights there. And there is a fair value gap right above that. So we've got some good options here. So let's see. Okay, so on an hourly, this is bullish. On 15-minute, this looks, if we bounce off that, bearish. So maybe we get stuck between the two. I don't know. All I know is we will see how this play out, and we'll just play it accordingly. Right, so let's see. Let's just be patient. 15-minute, the 1 minute regular did open. This 1 hour falls within the opening gap. Just so you guys can see this, 50% is right on top of that. That tells me we're going down to that 50%. That tells me that this equal lows here is a super magnet for price to get to. The problem now is, will we just bounce there straight away, or will we do something up here first and then come down? So maybe what we should do is keep an eye on this fair value gap here. See, that's the fair value gap. We're either gonna drop lower, but let's see. I'm not gonna rush into any trades here. I'm just gonna, about 66 points. So let's see. Let's be patient and see. Okay, let's see. What are we going to get here? So this push down, we're still in the middle there. So it's pretty much just sitting there. Yeah, I mean, this, I would like to get a nice setup here to take it down to that. I mean, if this close below this view up, I might take a scalp down to there. But maybe we run there without me. No, it's not going to be worth it, guys. It's probably going to go there. I just hope it was up here, then at least get a nice punch into that liquidity. That was like the best liquidity of the day. Just because this formed part of 50% of the gap. But now we want to see what's price going to do here. Is price going to bounce here or slice right through it? That's all we got to see now. The points was this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Right, so we pinned there. So if this goes slice back up and get through this, then I think we could see price go up here. It'd be nice to see a nice entry here. I don't have a clear bias yet, guys. The 1 hour here is bullish, 15 minutes bearish. So 1 minute is also bearish, but not putting my money on this yet. And again, this is why. See this liquidity here? We've gone liquidity and then just drop. I mean, this could have been the entry. That's a nice entry right there. And I mean, we could, I don't know, if we get through this 1 hour, I need to see on the hour where do we close, then I will reassess from there. But for now, I'm just gonna be patient. I'm just letting you see on a higher time frame there's liquidity, so there's lots of magnets up here to pull back price up, pull price back up. 1, 2, we could see a pullback into this fair value gap and then do a drop again. That would be in line with that fair value gap. So So the 8:30 news was this candle here. I now marked equal highs there, but it's because it's equal. If there was a wick, then it was good liquidity. But this is just a solid candle, so no real big liquidity that stands out there. This is also the first fair value gap after run liquidity. So if it inverse here, that could be a nice entry to long. There's no structure in here that I can say we break structure. That's the first. So in theory, this should be the better fair value gap. But we'll have to see. Okay, I'm in it. Gosh, let's see what this thing wants to do here. Right, so we need to get up through this fair value gap up here. It's going to be critical for us. Come on, push it up. Good morning. This is obviously not good because we inverse that and now we back down here. So let's see if we can get a pullback up there. But this is something that doesn't look good for me. So all right, so now let's see what we do. We're going into the macro now, guys. I'm going to take this fair value gap now away because we took that liquidity there. And if we obviously close lower, I would probably look for shorts. It's going to be for this fair value gap up here. Right, so 15-minute turned is still bearish. 1 hour, this big block blue is the 1 hour fair value gap. So I need us to close below that. And we still got about 14 minutes left to close this. So I'm probably going to be trying to take a short when price pull back up there. But let's see. Maybe we drop even further. Sorry, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to take that call. So even if, I mean, there's nothing in the books of trading that says you bounce at the gap. It just says 75 or 70% of the time, 50% of the gap get filled. And this is the 50% that we're talking about, this one here. That's where 50% is. But there's a very good chance that we can also close that gap and completely run lower. So and as you guys can see, we are well on our way to the first target is down here at what is it, 695. But for us to participate, I need to see some sort of a pullback, and I think this pullback might line up with the fair value gap. So get back in there and then we can take the trade. Right, so what we do now is we sit and we wait. So let's see something. Okay, that's fine. The other thing is there's lots of liquidity here, and I think I'm going to try to sell here in this area. And just because we run liquidity here and we shift down, so it makes sense to trade in that direction. But we could also see price go all the way up. So I'm going to take the risk to short this when we get up there. So let's see. Come on, a little bit higher. Okay. Okay, let's see. Didn't close above that high there, but it wasn't a swing point either, so I mean, we could bounce up to test this VWAP into this fair value gap, and that's probably seen as an order block as well. So let's see. Want to look at something quickly here. Guys, I just have to trade my structure, and if I get stopped, then it's one of those things, but we'll have to see what happens here. What do you think about a 15-minute order block? I mean, don't know. Don't know what I'm thinking about that. I mean, we're in this fair value gap up here now. Pretty deep pullback. But let's see. Just keeping my finger on the trigger here. Would like to see the next 4 candles to make their way back down here. That would be ideal. Don't pin it. Just push down. You can do it. Okay, so 3 more candles to get out of this box to the downside. Okay, so let's see. Nice to see the close down here. Okay, 2 more candles after this. We got to close below that area where they're in now. Go on down. Push down. Just a nice big fat down candle. Right, let's see, 1 more candle after this. We want to close down in the white area down here. Just looking at something else. So that was the volume. Volume is drying down, so that's good. But now we want to see this candle close down. Not like that. Not like that. Come on, can we get the pull down, the push down? So hopefully this is like consolidation, manipulation, and the next one. But this candle need to close. Oh, didn't close below that. That's a bit dangerous right now, because that means the hourly is pinning into this fair value gap. So that could send price back up. Okay. Right, so I've got my stop above that swing point there. If it stops me out there, that's fine. Then I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So let's see. I still think we're gonna go down, yeah. It would have been just very perfect if that candle there closed below it. What about 50% of the wick? I think we've already touched 50% of that wick. Which wick are you talking about? See that fair value gap is key price there. That tells me that it could do damage to the upside or even reverse higher up again. Right, I took that trade off there. Don't like this. We could still go down here. But I'll have to see. I've got this feeling we show you guys. I'm not saying anything. This is a 1 hour fair value gap here. We pinned into it. Now we could go down and then go back up. Run this liquidity here. I just don't trust it when we don't close. It'd be nice if we closed down here. Guys, and if I'm wrong, then it's one of those things. I've decided to take the trade off. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. There's nothing to change my mind. So this is 15 minutes, even a 15-minute pin through it. And if you look at this, the 15-minute, okay, yes, then you could potentially look at this area for price to bounce. The only reason I thought we are gonna inverse this is because price bounce. We ran liquidity up here in this fair value gap and shift aggressively down. Came back into the 50%, and I thought we'll test whatever we need to test here and close down. Then that's an inverse that goes shorter. But now we're doing this. Look, this is perfect. I just need to see what we're gonna do from here. That's it. And maybe I jumped out of a short that's probably gonna run down. There's a nice target down there. But I just don't feel comfortable with this yet. want to look at something quickly. I'll take this one off here, because this is ultimately where you want to sell, but then you're stuck between two fair value gaps. So and what I'm looking here is just this high down to this low, that's 50%, so that's where you want to bounce from. And we've got this little one here. It's like fair value gaps galore. But let's see, let's see. What do you guys think? Pretty much holding price there right now. Trend high up there, it spiked lower. Maybe it drops. Well, if you guys still in the trade, I hope it actually plays out. Just keep an eye on it. I know in the red folder news there's tentative news on this vote on the Pearl's position or something to that effect. All right, so we shifted away from this little order block here, right at 50%. So let's see if we're going to slice through or we're going to bounce. Right, 50-minute is nicely bearish. I mean, ultimately, if you've entered here, the stop would still be up here. We haven't break structures down here. I don't deem this a structure. This is a structure point you want to get through to bring it down to this area here. And then you can, well, that's what I would do. Well, I guess let's see. All right, so let's see what happens here. So we pinned through the low there. Okay, so the body didn't close, so that's fine. Right, so looking at this consolidation, this looks like some sort of a manipulation, taking all those lows out, bouncing off this area, but we need to see a close back above here. But that's just on a 1 minute, guys. 15 minutes still bearish. 1 hour is still a bit there. And 1 minute is bearish. So okay, so I'm obviously not in any trades here. It's a little bit messy for me at this point. That's just on a 1 minute. 15 minute, could see price come back up into this fair value gap and then look for shorts. Or if we obviously close above that, then I think we could look for higher prices. Okay, let's see. This is the expansion to the upside. Okay, so we're back at that view up there. And that's the anchored view up at 9:30. That's the daily open session view up. Let's have a look here. That's 9:30 there. This short here, then your stop would be up here. Looking at this little fair value gap here where we're pinning into. Not much to go off right now because we close above that high, but we've got all this little pins up here. So you want to see a structural push actually above this fair value gap. And then I would maybe start looking for longs. But for as long as we stay below this, we're bearish. As long as we stay above this, we're bullish. So we're pretty much stuck, if you think about it. This was a nice trade actually. Into this fair value. You could have shorted here. That's a nice short up there. And then drop. That was a nice trade. Why did I not take that? What was up with that? Anyways, let's keep an eye on this thing. Okay. Have to wait. Nothing to do right now, guys. I'm just chilling right now. Hey, maybe I must drink some water. Maybe something happens. Alright, so we're closing below that little gap, but I'm not going to worry about that because this 1 hour gap is the bigger one. But I need to wait for an hourly to show me what's going to happen there. Well, at least you got out of some money. I didn't. So this is pretty much stuck in a consolidation. Looks like it's turning up here. It's refusing to go lower. So we've got to see what's happening up here. Maybe it wants to get in there and then short, or what? We just have to so let's see. Okay, we're moving slowly, guys. We're moving slowly. Guys, there's nothing I can read from this price action as yet. So just be mindful. I mean, if we're doing this, I can't tell you guys, oh, we broke structure here. You know, there's nothing here. I mean, this is the range, the structural range. We went back in and now we're pretty much stuck in it. So I would, if I had to look for trades, I would mark this range out like we did the other day. Remember what we said. Back up to the 75, you trade, look for a short down to the 50. We go back to 25, we look for a long back to the 50. Now, if we go short here, and if there's a short here, maybe we print equal highs here. And then we can target at 50 again. So let's see. But again, I'm not saying this is not my strategy. So that's just the nature of a range. Price go from the one side to the other side, back to the center, up, back to the center, down, back to the center. All I can say is this fair value gap, this 15-minute fair value gap, plays a super, super key role because we're not inversing this 1 hour fair value gap. So if we bounce here and we inverse that, then I guess we could see price come up here. I'll take off all the lines. Now, let's just see what price planning to do here. Check the poll out. What do you guys think? Are we going to inverse that 15-minute fair value gap? Yes or no? What do you guys think? I'm not taking any long yet. So yeah, let me know what do you guys think? Funny thing is the hourly looks like it can bounce. 15-minute is still bearish. And 1 minute is turning bullish. So it's up to you guys. What do you think? All right, so when we get to that high, I'm going to stop the poll. So Try to make your vote before that happens. Before I stop it. Oh. Now what? Yeah, if you don't know, then it's best to sit and wait for more information to come to light for you to make the right decision. Hey guys, you're going to miss on the poll. Right. I'm going to close the poll in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1.5, 1.25, 1.1. Okay. Right, so let's see. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see. So all we can do is wait for it. Very much consolidating there now. Okay, let's see. On the 15-minute order block. A doji, a shooting star. Gosh, I don't know what all that means. I hope it means something. Then we've got a order block pin, got a doji, got a shooting star, and we've got it in a fair value gap that's blocking that. Okay, so now we must be mindful of that and see how we play this thing. Hey, you say that my trading started candlesticks. What's that guy who wrote the book on the candlesticks? I bought his book. That's where I started. It's an old book. It's this long, tall guy with black hair. What's his name? Nielsen or some Nielsen guy. He's the guy. Look, I'm going to take the VWAPs off here. So we get a bit of a clear. Okay, so we've got equal highs right there. And we spoke about this yesterday. When you see equal highs at the bottom of a fair value gap, that's a very strong magnet for price. Guys, I'm not saying take loss. I'm just saying there's a very high probability that price will go there. Steve Nielsen. Is it Steve Nielsen? Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's try to read this thing. All right, so we got to push higher, an ugly push higher, and now we consolidate. What comes after consolidate? Manipulation, and then expansion. So let's see if we can get manipulation. I don't know if that little candle is a manipulation candle. It could be a deeper one. Maybe that's enough. But if we get a strong push out of this to go and close above this on this 15-minute, then I mean, this is also a level, just to show you. May it goes bounce here and pull back, then I think it might turn bullish here. What the hell's Homer? Pullback longs entry at 208. 208. What, around here? Not sure what that. This looks like we're taking out this low here with that. So this candle needs to go and close strongly up. And then I'll be just sitting straight up. Da-dee-dee. Guys, today on the PM session, we'll stay around longer. We'll stay till 4 p.m. From 2 to 4 p.m. See if there's some nice movements later in the day. 50% retrace of what? Which one? You must be clear to say which one. I'm looking at consolidation, manipulation, and now some sort of expansion here. Are you looking to take this low to there as a retracement? I mean, if you want to, that will line up with that little order block that I drew out there. But for me, that's no good structure here. This is structure that's breaking up here and may want me to buy something here. Take it up to there at least. take another one. I wonder if it will want to go all the way. It's at 14. Only reason I took this trade, guys, I saw consolidation, manipulation, and expansion. So what you could do is you could wait for a pullback from that low to that high in here and enter again. Well, and look for an entry. I'm not saying you have to enter. I'm saying what I'm seeing, and that's why I actually entered there. And obviously we still got time left in this 15 minute. This thing can drop completely. We don't know. So, but this is the fair value gap. You want to target your entry if you want to enter. And where would you want to enter? You can draw it out like below the 50% of that fair value gap. And that's probably what I should have done. Another red cross for me, not sticking to the plan. I mean, why would you enter up there? Okay, so we'll bring this back in here once we close above there. Now the thing is, remember I said just below the 50%, that's where you want to enter. If you enter there at 50%, drawdown would have been minimal. If we then bounce here and close above there, that high, your stop goes right at break even. Hey, and what do you know? Price want to do something else now. So now it's like manipulating there, big one there, and then come back down. I mean, really? Guys, so we haven't closed above this fair value gap yet, so it's my own fault if I get stopped here, because you should have waited, which I haven't. That's basically your key to exit your trade. We close below that fair value gap. And that's normally the sign that rather get out of the trade. You don't have to wait for it to actually come and stop you out. But I'm out of that trade. We inverse that. And now we must. And now we're actually touching that level that I marked out. Running this. So maybe this was just a trap to trap me. And we could bounce still from here. Still below that little IFG. 5 minutes left on the 15 minute. If we close like this, it's a pin into this fair value gap. So we pin here, we pin there. So we're pretty much stuck. Not planning to get anywhere soon. Okay, let's see how these candles behave here. Okay, after this candle, 3 more candles. Are we closing lower? Are we bouncing higher? What are we doing? Okay, so what do we do? I mean, there's so many fair value gaps I'm drawing out now. Just make it blue-ish. We just inverse that now. So I don't know if this is now the sign that we are going to go out. Consolidation, consolidation, manipulation, manipulation could keep us in this range or expand. I think this is gonna take us where we want to go. This is funny, guys. As I enter, then gunk. Is there? There's more liquidity up there. Just put it up there. I'm not saying we're going to go there. I'm just leaving that there, then I don't have to keep moving it. Maybe you get stopped here, and then I don't have to worry about it. Like I said, consolidation, boom, boom, back in consolidation. Okay, let's see if we can bounce higher here. Come on. I'm going to surrender with my position and then we're going to get there. Oh, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh, gosh. Let's just put a stop there. I mean, if it really wants to go to that extreme, then you want to be out of it anyways. Golly, 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 golly. In this 15-minute range, we are stuck again. This is where 930 starts. From that high to this low, that's the range. Got in, we broke out, consolidate back into the range. Okay, so now we've got a wick below that low. Let's see if we can close above that high. And that looks like a bullish outside bar. 9, 7, 6. Push, 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 push. Right, so that's a bullish outside bar. So if we got a direction right, that's a good indication to go higher. If we are right. We could come down to this black candle's body as a test. And I can put it at the low there. Because if we smash down there, then I think it's best just to cut the trade and, I don't know, go watch a movie. Alright, so there's the touch on the body there. Let's see if that stays there. That's the touch that I was talking about. I'll take this out. Oops. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Alright, so if this candle closes outside of this, then this is a 15-minute inversion. Because that's the end of the 15 minutes. But we need to close out of it, not back down. If we don't, then we might still do the sideways stance here. Oh, sorry, we've already, no, it's not that candle. So this was, oh, so we in another candle. So we've got 10 minutes to get out of this. So we could screw around for much longer than that. So now we'll see. All right, so there we have a pin out of that consolidation there. Let's see now. Consolidation, hopefully that's the manipulation, and now we want to see expansion. DD. All right, so towards the end of next week, I'm going to get a prop account, guys. I'll show it to you guys. And we're going to set the rules. We'll have a checklist. We're going to do a 20 trade challenge. I'm going to take 20 trades on that account. Clear risk, clear checklist. Got to stick to the checklist 100%. And yeah, let's see what we can do if we do that. And I'll be fully transparent. I'll show you guys the stats. I'll post it every day. We can look at it in live sessions. So I'll probably start with it. Let's see. Probably Monday 25th we'll start with it. I don't have to take trades every day. I'm going to limit it to 2 trades per day. I'm going to risk, I think, 0.5% per trade. If I make 1%, that's it. Happy. But I can't lose more than 1% a day. Right, so we go into this equal highs now. We want to see how we behave around that. Are we punching in there in reverse? Or are we closing strongly and slice through this? Going to the next set of equal highs. And we'll just manage the risk is it's managed, and I'm going to start marking this out, guys. That's your protected low. Broke all of this. Remember, we should have waited just to get through this 15-minute fair value gap. So I hope we're not stopping here. I hope we actually push through so we can manage a good trade and see how it goes. Okay, we stopping right there, those equal highs, which is always, I mean, it doesn't have to be a problem, because this could be what's happening. Could be that we want to come and jump off this fair value gap. Come on, let's see if we can have a banger of end of this. I mean, we're in the algo time or the macro time frame now. So about 15 minutes. So let's see if we can push through these, or are we just going to go sideways again? Okay, let's see. Can we get there? Can we push it? It's consolidating again. I mean, there's fair value gap down here. I'm just going to make this a different color so it's just easier to. This is the 15-minute fair value gap. This is the new fair value gap. In a discount, if we want to pull down to bounce here, I need to see some sort of a low form, preferably in this area here, and then close above that to go higher. Then I'll move my stop to break even. Right, so just want to show you guys we on the last few seconds on this 15-minute, which is great. If we close above like this, we break structure here, then it'd be nice to see us actually move up higher. Yeah? There's your consolidation, manipulation, and now we want to see expansion. Let's see if we can get through this fair value gap. Alright, so we broke structures, so good to see price go higher here. Let's see if we can close above this area, then I can put my stop break even at least. Still below this fair value gap if price decides to come down. So in theory, this becomes a protected low, and the reason I'm not moving my stop there, I just need to see if price wants to reject something here. But let's see. So we broke structure, so that's fine. Just want to look at something here. So from there, don't get there. Okay. Well, I'm moving it for $500. It's still below. So let's see. This could also be seen as a breakaway gap for price that wants to get to a higher level quicker. Down, 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 down. So there's a little gap. There's a wick below that low, and we close above that body. So we would see, should see price go up there. And this low should hold. Okay, I'm leaving it 800. Da, 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 da. Well, this could be a breakaway gap. We did consolidate, manipulate down there, and expand it. I mean, it could still come down. But remember, what's happening now is we run here. It's a low, a low, a higher high, a higher low. So this all becomes liquidity now. So we need to be careful how far we're going to let this run. So if we close out of this, this is a 1 minute fair value gap. I mean, if we inverse this and we close above this, we could see, so remember, we've got all this liquidity on the side here. So at least to this level here, this 40, I mean, that looks like a place where we must probably want to go. I don't know if we will go all the way to the top, but who knows? So from here, this is the pullback in this fair value gap, which is here, to the bottom of the fair value gap, at least. See, to the bottom of the fair value gap, at least. I mean, it can overshoot with a pin. I mean, it could even go down to as far as this level here. But I mean, if this is wrong, then it will stop me out at 800. So where price is bouncing now, if we bounce from this area and close above here, my stop goes right there. And that becomes a new protected low. Okay, so let's see if we can get this. Let's see if that holds. I don't feel threatened with my stop down here, guys. I'm not saying we won't get there. Price could definitely go there. We are in an area where price can bounce lower. So it's a risky trade. That's why I'm trailing my stop tight. Because if we want to go down through this, we'll go to this area here. I just don't want to keep it at break even and we sell right through it and then I don't make money on the trade. So I'm happy with this for now. In theory, I should have taken partials up here. I probably will make more money that way, but I want to see if I can take the full amount higher. And that's the risk I'm willing to pay. And yeah, where I could have made $2,000, possibly end up getting 800. But if I follow my strategy, I could potentially get to $6,000. I'm not saying we're going to get there, but always like to trade or to trail it as best as I can to see how far it can go. And as you can see, this order block here, we ticked it to the T and bounced there. So if you're someone who like to take 10 pointers, there's already 16 points bounced there with no drawdown. And let me show you something quickly. So on the 15-minute, we've inversed this fair value gap here and this one here. Price could come back and test this area here, which is in line with where my stop is actually. But once I've moved my stop, guys, I don't change it. So if that's the wrong spot, then that's just going to be one of those things. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. I mean, I'll be back at 2 p.m. and then we can go through to 4 p.m. I think I'll, as this progress and I don't get stopped out, go check my Discord. I'll post pictures as I trail the stop, and yeah, thanks for sticking around. I'll see you guys a bit later, and then we can see if we can make money in a PM session. Thanks, and be safe. Don't go chasing I don't know what on the charts. It could go sideways a bit here or slower moves, so just be careful. All right, guys, see, there looks like it wants to come close to my stop now, but anyways, is what it is. Happy to take that if that's where we want to go. So have a great rest and morning. Stay safe. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye bye.